Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Kyle Edward from This Is Drive, and we'll be taking a look and reviewing the 2018 Lexus RX350. This particular model is the F-Sport edition. As you can see, it has some pretty aggressive styling points. I really like these wheels. The car by nature is pretty angular looking, but with the the larger front grille and just the wheels matched with the chrome trimmed mirrors, it looks very aggressive, but don't let that fool you. It's actually still very comfortable car to drive in. Very plush is, I think, probably the best word I could use to just describe it in full. Looking at the front headlamps here, I really appreciate the design. I feel like it really flows with the rest of the vehicles and the different angles here at these tri LEDs. Below that, we have daytime LED running lights for accents, which look good. I think overall, of course, styling is relative depending on your personality and what you like. But for a family hauler, that's pretty comfortable in this category, in this segment. I really think that the RX350, especially the F-Sport edition that we have here, of course, I'm a younger guy, so I kind of like, the sportier looking vehicles. I think it looks really good. Now, coming along to the back here, again, we kind of continue, that angular look. Nice, rear hatch slope. The F-Sport badge right here, followed over here, of course, by the RX350 badging. This is actually what you do to open the hatch. You actually press the L, opens right up. Have a cargo cover, have a cargo net like we see a lot here. Yeah, not a whole lot to say back here. It's pretty average amount of space back there. You could easily fit 2 to 4 suitcases. What I do like, however, is to close. You can just obviously press this button, but then if you press it twice, it will actually lock the car as well. A lot of times, that's just a little convenience feature that is appreciated, with being able to lock it as well. Coming along, the side, again, we have this little window right here with this trim that slopes right along. It's very smooth. I really enjoy how it looks. Lots of nice curves. Door handle, keyless entry, lock it right there. You place your hand behind the door handle to unlock. In this particular version, we have the red interior with this sporty trim. I think it definitely adds a nice flavor, a nice flair, makes it, again, has a very sporty appeal. Look at these large seats. The bolstering on these things are pretty intense, especially for a crossover. We have, of course, all the seat controls right there. We have sport pedals too. This right here will signify that we have the Mark Levinson premium audio system. Buttons right here, heated steering wheel, 360 view camera, auto brights, heads up display. Step in here for a minute. We're gonna start it up. The button right here, push to start. Now, talking about the interior for a little bit. First, you'll notice this very aggressive, again, styled gauge cluster, right? So all of the F-Sport Lexus vehicles get this similar setup with this large tack in the center. It's probably the only crossover to get a tachometer that looks quite like this, but again, I still really appreciate it. I really enjoy it for what it is. We even have a G-force calculator because we definitely need that in our crossover. But hey, it's definitely fun. Again, being a younger guy, I really do like it, actually. Paddle shifters, red stitching on the steering wheel, very comfortable wheel. Lexus, of course, being a premium luxury brand, everything's very soft to the touch. We have some stitching right here, which is white. We have some red stitching here to match the interior color. Again, the white stitching is flowing right there. But yeah, another thing about this car is just how very large the front area is here. I have my hand all the way out and I can barely touch the air vent. It gives you a very open, very spacious feel in the front, which I appreciate. The center stack here is pretty standard. We have our automatic climate control. We have the heated and cooled seats right here, via these buttons, 3 different settings for each. The infotainment system here, very, very large screen. Although it looks a bit dated, the entire system, as you can see, sorry, it's via camera, it looks weird, but this is a little disappointing how it looks. I do enjoy, though, that we have dual screen capability here, so we can be looking at, for instance, music over here and the navigation system right there. So that's definitely a benefit of having such a large screen. It's all controlled right here via this dial right here. Again, not a big fan of the system, as I find it somewhat obnoxious to use, not to mention a little bit obtrusive. But at the end of the day, it will get the job done, and just not as efficiently as some other systems. And Lexus has had this for a while. I don't see them changing it. I think they invested a lot into this system, and I think this is just kind of what we're going to see. On the flip side, though, it does look nice. It's definitely compact, which is appreciated. We actually have, some different drive modes here. Not that it will make a ton of difference in driving, across over. But for instance, if you put it in sport mode, the gauge cluster changes in the sport. Kind of funny. So, some driving impressions have been that, being the F-Sport model, it's actually very, very good, provides very good handling on the road. Better than most crossovers, in fact, better than even some luxury sedans. I was, very impressed with how the vehicle handled. The engine, it's a 3.6 liter V6. It's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Not a ton of power there, but at the end of the day, it's definitely enough, for what most people's needs will be for, again, a vehicle in this segment. There are a couple different models available. We are again in the 350, the RX350, which is the V6. They actually make a hybrid version as well, which is appealing to a lot of people, especially again in the segment with the fuel economy. The other nice thing is that it's currently set up for 5 passengers, but you can also get 2 added seats, to make it, a 7 passenger vehicle, which is great. Definitely, more dynamic. If you want this car, but you have a family and you need, the extra seating, then that's obviously going to not be a problem anymore. So yeah, overall, I think the RX350 is a very functional vehicle. This is a little bit expensive, though, around $60,000 fully loaded. For the segment, it's a little bit pricey, but at the end of the day, I think you're going to get a lot of quality for it. Very soft materials, nice driving capabilities, excellent handling, average acceleration, and average fuel economy. You get around 28 on the highway, which is pretty good. Again, that 8-speed transmission definitely helps. Very smooth shifts, very crisp. Definitely something that you'd expect from a Lexus. So again, very pleased with that. And yeah, just think, overall it's a very solid vehicle, and it will be getting an update probably in the next year or two here, as this particular model has been around for a while. But again, a lot of the vehicles in this segment, comparing, some Acuras, maybe, some very low-end, Porsches, things of that nature are going to be, again, a similar category, all with their own pros and cons. I think this is probably the smoothest driving vehicle, incredibly quiet, very crisp, where the other vehicles are going to have, obviously, a different, driving dynamic. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. If you like this video, please check out my review via Drive Tribe, and you can check out that link below. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.